All right, hey, what's up everybody? Landon with LMR.com. We got a good one for you. The other day, we had an impromptu dyno day, okay? And the car we're dynoing is the 1988 coupe that we've dubbed Dragula. And for those of you that watch the channel, y'all probably remember the original dyno run that we did on the car last October of 2023. Dragula has a 393 cubic inch engine. Whenever we released that video, you know, we felt the car was right. We felt the car was sorted. We felt it was dialed in. Of course, the comments from all of you putting it in there of, well, no, that should make way more power. Something's wrong with that car. We get it. We wanted to address it immediately. But out of all the things we do around here, we got to get to the cars as we can get to them. Well, anyways, Scott Springer got the car out, and he's been driving it all along, taking it to the drag strip. It's been running a decent time. But we knew that there was something here for us to kind of figure out, and that's what Springer did. The first thing he did was replace the distributor. And the reason for that was because the car had some banging and popping from the exhaust. It was erratic and inconsistent, but it was still there. And you also saw that bumpiness and popping and banging in the original dyno graph, kind of the roller coastery look. You know, you kind of had some dips and rises throughout the entire RPM range. So once that was fixed, we turned the attention to the lean condition. Springer dropped the tank, pulled the pump, pulled the bracket, pulled all that stuff apart. And the reason why we went straight to the tank was because everything else related to the fuel system was brand new. And I get it, just because something is brand new doesn't mean that there could be something wrong. But with quick glance, you know, none of the hoses were chafed or had collapsed. All that looked the way it was supposed to look. Back on the tank, after everything was out of it, we got our bore scope out and was kind of poking and prodding. And I'm telling y'all, this is some phenomenon, crazy stuff. It's real life. This stuff really happens. But there is a hard line that runs at the bottom of the tank and it supplies the sump with fuel. So what we found was that there was a dang piece of debris in the hard line that was preventing fuel from adequately filling up the sump. So instead of trying to repurpose that tank and clean it out, we were done with it. We didn't want to have anything to do with it. So installed a new tank, hooked everything up, fired it up, checked everything over. Springer immediately took it for a drive. And I'm telling you, he came back grinning like a Cheshire cat and was telling us that we got to get this thing on the dyno because the butt dyno was telling him that the power was there. So that's what we did. Got on the dyno, made sure everything was good, straps tight, all that good stuff, and we made another hit. All right, so before we talk about the results, let's quickly circle back to the original run. 386.1 horsepower and 410.6 pound-feet of torque. Dragula is now making 423.2 horsepower and 453.5 pound-feet of torque. Not to mention the curve is absolutely beautiful compared to that previous graph where you saw some of those dips and rises due to the popping and banging from the distributor. And here's where it gets really impressive. At peak, there was an increase of 37.1 horsepower and 42.9 pound-feet of torque. And then in the curve, this is where it just goes bonkers. 64.5 horsepower and 40 pound-feet of torque in the curve. So when we say butt dyno, you can feel it at the seat of your pants. That's exactly what you're feeling, and that is crazy, especially on a naturally aspirated engine. And I get it, you know, this is kind of a purpose-built, higher performing, you know, 393 cubic inch naturally aspirated engine, but to see that kind of number from a lean condition, it's so good to see. And this is exactly the amount of power that the car is supposed to be making. And it's kind of funny, we had another situation kind of related to, well, really related to this car, but for those of you that don't remember, the 93 silver LX hatchback that we put the Vortex supercharger on, that car had a fueling issue as well, and turned out it had a butt connector in the fuel pump supply line. So kind of crazy that we had two similar issues happen on two different cars. But again, this is real life stuff. We're sitting here, we're working on the cars just like all of you, and none of this is smoke and mirrors. Just because we're doing it doesn't mean it's perfect. We're gonna run into snags and we're gonna run into issues, and we gotta persevere and figure this stuff out. It's great that we get to sit here and talk about and share all this stuff with you, because when you watch stuff like this and you may have a similar issue or problem that you're chasing with your car, it keeps you motivated to go chase and figure it out. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Glad the car's fixed. I know Springer's glad the car's fixed. A lot of time, A lot of sweat equity in this thing. Turned out great. I mean, he completely turned this car around. The engine, you know, all the 5.0 Resto SVE goodies, paint job, the SVE drag comp wheels. Dragula is definitely a favorite here around the building. So we're gonna sign off. As always, if y'all find value in what we do, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and then till we see you in the next one, for all things Fox Body Mustang, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.